Hey guys, I'm Erica, aka Blind Fit Girl, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I overcame my vision loss. Doesn't that sound interesting? Before we dive in, if you happen to like this content, if you like anything that I'm putting out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can get every single video that I post. Also, if you like this video, at the end of it, give it a thumbs up so that I know what kind of content you want me to continue putting out. So, let's dive in. How did I overcome my vision loss and my blindness? Now, I hear this all the time. If I'm getting interviewed on a podcast or if I'm in a promotional video, everybody will say, Erica Powell overcame her vision loss and is so successful, which makes me really laugh because when people say, Erica, how did you overcome your vision loss? I want to say, spoiler alert, I didn't. I haven't overcame my vision loss. My vision loss is a part of who I am, and I can't change that part of who I am. So overcoming your disability, or even if you don't have a disability, overcoming your story isn't something that you can do. So I never even recommend that. I always try to revert the question to say, how am I using that? How am I leveraging that to make myself a better person and make other people better people as well? So now that we know that our disability or our story, our struggle, whatever you're going through, now that we know that that's not the thing to overcome, what is? Because obviously all of us undergo struggles throughout our life. I like to say that the barriers that you have to face in your life are put on you by other circumstances. And so whenever you can recognize that that barrier is not yourself, it's an outside circumstance, then you have more control over it. Like I said, I can't change my vision loss, just like you can't change your story. But if we recognize that any barrier we come into contact with is put on us by an outside force, then we can have control over it, and then we can take actionable steps to get past that, get beyond it, crush that barrier, and continue on with our goals. I like to use the example of transportation. So I obviously cannot drive a car. That would be really, really dangerous if I did. So since I can't drive a car anymore, I am faced with the barrier of transportation. So instead of saying that I'm blind, I can't drive, that's my barrier, I say, no, transportation is my barrier. How can I get around that? So for example, I live in a downtown city where I can walk places and be independent. I take Uber all the time. I basically keep Uber in business, and I get comfortable with public transportation so that I have that as an option as well. So transportation is the barrier. It's not me, and it's not my blindness, and it's not you, and it's not your story. Another way that you can overcome hard barriers and obstacles in your life is to get creative. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that it's easy for me to go into a gym and be 100% comfortable working out by myself, especially if that gym isn't some place that I'm familiar with. Because of my vision loss, fitness has become a lot harder for me, and being able to access a gym and the equipment safely and all those things has become a lot harder for me. But instead of saying that I can't do fitness anymore, I can't be a normal gym goer anymore, I say, okay, how can I get creative to make sure that I can still complete my goal, still do what I want to do, and still be independent doing that? Getting creative is not always easy, but it can be fun to try different ways of accomplishing something, to figure out different ways to get around a barrier, and it honestly can make you a more adaptable person in a lot of other ways in your life as well. Finally, my very last tip would just to be, do not care about the haters. Do not care about anyone who you think is judging you for doing something differently or having to complete something in a different way, because those people are not in your shoes, and they don't have to live with the regret of not doing something just because you have to do it a different way. You will have to live with that regret if you decide to let your barrier, your disability, or your story get in the way of achieving your goal. You're the one that's gonna have to live with that, not them. So do not let them have the power to control your actions. When I was a high schooler, going through my teen years and just trying to fit in and have fun with all of my friends, I used to fall to this all the time because I didn't want people to see me looking at my phone, holding it up close to my face. I didn't want people to treat me differently or feel like I couldn't go do the things that they could do. So I would try to hide those parts of myself. I would try to keep distance between myself and other people because I didn't feel like they would be able to fully accept me. And that only held me back. It only caused more issues and more awkwardness, and I just wasn't being the person that I knew I could be back then. And so whenever I finally decided to own it and stop caring about what the other people in my life may or may not think, that's when my world totally opened up, and I was able to start doing the things that I wanted to do, maybe just in a different way. So if you take anything from this video, please, please, please let it be that there is nothing wrong with you. You and your story and your past and all of your qualities and characteristics that make you the person you are, you're on point. You're good to go. That's what you're supposed to be like. What you are going to come into contact with is barriers that are going to be outside forces that you can control. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and now I just want to empower you to take this knowledge, take this content, and implement it into your life. Give it a try and just see how things will open up for you. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below, and I will be back on here with more content very, very soon. Thanks guys. See you later.